Hello, Beaver fans. We wanted to do something special for National Girls and Women in Sport Month and to celebrate some of our amazing alumni that are still involved with sports and making a difference as a female in the sports world. So to kick off National Girls and Women in Sports Week, we are starting with an alumni interview with Sadie Lundquist. Sadie Lundquist currently works for the Minnesota Wild as a senior account executive, and from 2017 to 2019, she played 2 seasons with the NWHL with the Whitecaps. She won an Isabel Cup and was also on the NWHL All-Star Games. We have 2 elite female athletes here, so I'm going to give it over to Tina, our senior assistant captain, to start the interview.
Awesome. Just happy to be here. And Sadie, thanks for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Got a couple questions. Yeah, here we go. So first one here that we have is, what is your favorite BSU hockey memory?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Lots of good memories at Bemidji. Oh, man. Best one probably would be my sophomore year. We opened up the new Sanford Center against number 1 Mercyhurst, and it was our first win in the arena, first win as a program over a number 1 team. So that was pretty cool. It was a home and home with the men's, so we got to stick around, and do a night men's game and see them kick off the arena as well. I think they won that game as well. So definitely one of the best memories that sticks in my mind. And then, we were just talking about going to Wisconsin. We had a lot of really cool, unique games against Wisconsin. We got to play outdoors against them. We beat them in their inaugural game in their new arena. So that was really cool on their opening night. So just a lot of, it's hard to really pick from them, but those are certainly some that stand out in my mind.
Yeah, beating a number 1 team usually can be a good memory. I know the feeling, so I agree with that one. Yeah, definitely. The next one we have is, what kept you involved with hockey post-graduation?
Yeah, after college, or even when I was in my senior year, I actually got an internship with the Wild. So I was super fortunate that right out of college, I knew I wanted to go into sports. I didn't really know what going into sports meant. So I was super fortunate to get this internship. I got hired on full time, but yeah, it was just like I said, I didn't really know what going into sports meant, but now being in there for 7-8 years, what I do on a day-to-day is super cool for hockey in Minnesota, but it's really the outreach that I get to do and the programs I get to be involved with coaching, reffing, camps, the platform with the NHL that we can use to really get our hands into so many other youth and female specific programs is super cool. And, obviously you have to have a passion for hockey if you want to continue growing it, and working for the NHL has allowed me to do that. So it's really, really fortunate. I'm really fortunate.
Absolutely. That sounds like a blast, honestly. So yeah. I'm really happy for you there.
Thanks.
I need to find something like that. It's just what I was trying to think. I'm like, okay, she's doing a lot of cool things. Yeah.
We'll chat offline after this.
Absolutely. Yes. I would love that. So the next one we have here is your biggest reward working in the sport industry as a female.
As a female. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it kind of goes back to the last answer. I'm super fortunate that I get to be a part of a lot of programs through the NHL that allow me to really put my own personal twist or personal impressions on. We do girls hockey weekend, and that's something that I really get to help take over and really feature college hockey, high school hockey, youth, all the way down to women who work in our industry who have kids who are just starting to skate and really pushing that platform. So most rewarding is definitely how far your reach can go when you have those resources and when you're willing to put in that extra personal touch and reflect your experiences and try to build it so that each generation, each group of girls has a better experience, or more, I shouldn't even say better, but more experiences, more opportunities. It's incredibly rewarding. So.
Yeah, absolutely. What would be the biggest challenge working as a female in the sports world?
Biggest challenge, it's particular to my industry. It's kind of hard because, sorry, my dog is trying to jump up on the couch right now.
Oh, that's okay.
Particular to my industry, it's difficult because with our Wild clientele, it's a lot of 50 to 65-year-old males, which is awesome. We certainly have more diversity beyond that, but I talk a lot of hockey. My job is to talk hockey and talk investments and talk season tickets and corporate, all these things with these people who don't necessarily know that I know hockey. So a lot of times it's breaking that barrier. And, not everyone who works in hockey knows hockey in my realm, in my world. But as soon as I can break that barrier and make that connection that I go, oh shoot, she played hockey. She knows hockey. She can talk hockey. It's not just the business side, but we can actually relate on a hockey side. It's kind of the hardest thing in my mind is sometimes I'll be talking to a client and they try to tell me about the game the night before. And I appreciate it, right? We're talking hockey, but it's like, you don't have to dumb it down for me. I know what I'm talking about. I'm here. Let's have this a two-way street here. So breaking those barriers can be a little bit tough, but it certainly doesn't come from a place of malice with folks. I just think that a lot of times younger women, they have to understand that we play hockey, we understand it, and we know it. So
yeah, no, absolutely. Definitely. The next one I have here is, how do you think we can grow the game for female athletes?
These are tough ones. I mean, I feel like I'm kind of on a broken record here. It's all about, visibility and platform and people like myself, people like Emma, people like you and you're here, really taking your experiences and translating them to better and greater and more visible opportunities for the next group. So, you want to also but acknowledge that we're doing a great job of growing it, but taking those experiences and not settling for them and understanding that they're great. I had some really cool college experiences playing at the Camp Randall, playing in the Sanford Center, but not settling for those and saying, how can we take that and grow it for the next group? So.
Yeah, absolutely. 100% agree with that one. Yeah. Was there an instrumental woman in getting you into hockey and or into coaching?
I actually didn't, when I was younger, have many female coaches. It was really my brothers that got me in. And I think that's a testimony to how far women's hockey has come. Nowadays you see moms who played hockey who are coaching their youth teams, their kids teams. And you see, Sammy Reavers of the world dominating girls high school hockey coaching. You see Emma, like young coaches at the college level. I think that's awesome. And it's a testimony because I didn't necessarily have that, which is it's okay. I still got to where I got to, but I also think about in college, I had two phenomenal women coaches in Amber Frickland and Heather Farrell. I loved Frickland. Heather Farrell was a little bit in my younger side. She was a great coach too, but I think it's a super cool flip side to that. When I was in college, to me, they were just coaches, right? You don't understand the impact of looking back now and saying, hey, that was really cool that they were women coaches. To me, they were just coaches. They were knowledgeable, understanding, they pushed you, they expected the best out of you in the program. And I think that's cool. Now I understand the impact of them being women, but at the time it was like, hey, they're just really good coaches. They know hockey, they understand hockey. And I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think there's something to be said about like a good coach is a good coach, right? And if they like, maybe they are a male or maybe they're a female or whatever, but you're a female and they're helping you be a better woman. They're helping you be a better athlete. Like, I think there's something to be said about just a good coach in general, but obviously getting more female into those opportunities and having just the experience that they have and obviously the success and everything. I think we want to showcase that more, and that's obviously possible. But I think like the fact that your brothers were some people that they really pushed you to be the best that you could be, and obviously like allowed you to think, oh, maybe I could do coaching, or I'm going to become this really great athlete, and just continue to push that. I think that's something that we have to also acknowledge, is that females are great. Obviously males are great, and everybody has their own role in that. But like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously Frick, hands down, love Frick. Sorry, Emma. She's kind of my favorite right now. I'm just saying. But I know she's going to watch this later and probably text me about it.
I get it.
I know.
It's amazing. I will never, I agree. She's my coach too.
Exactly. So, but yeah, something to be said about just having really great people around us, and no matter who they are, making us the best and wanting us to be the best coaches or best players. I think that's just a testimony to the people we have around, which is super awesome.
Absolutely.
And then, my final one, let's see, what can we do or keep doing to make our sport or coaching something that women will want to do?
Man, I feel like a broken record, because I mean, it's like platforms, right? And acknowledging coaches like Frickland and Heather Farrell and Emma and Sammy Reber. And I mean, I should have done more research. You look at each year I get to speak at the state high school hockey banquets. And super cool. And, you look down in the 7 years I've been with the Wild, you look down the table and it started with, 5 or 6 male coaches. And now it's like half and half female coaches at the state tournament, which is super cool. And, it's kind of double-edged sword. It's like, you don't want it to seem like it's such a crazy thing that there's always women there. Cause absolutely. Right. They're great coaches. Like you said, they're great coaches, and some of them were great players, and you don't have to be a great player to be a great coach. You just have to be a student and a teacher of the game. But on the flip side, it's also acknowledging all these young women who are coming in and winning state tournaments and coaching college, and heck, just coaching their youth hockey team. So I certainly think it's platform and acknowledging, but also making it normal too. They're just coaches. At the end of the day, they're a coach because they empowered and taught you and bettered you as a person and as an athlete. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, right? You want to empower them and promote it, but you also want to be a normal thing. That's just, just the roles as you go through life. You played hockey. Do you want to be a coach? Awesome. Do you want to work in sports? Awesome. And certainly didn't get my job because I was good at hockey. I got it because I tried to be the best version of myself as I was a hockey player, and those women and coaches taught me how to do that. So.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think that was all really, really great. And I 100% second everything you said, and very grateful to have people like you that are, paving the way for obviously people like me, and hopefully girls that are below me as well, that they can just do different things, whether it is working in the office of a professional hockey team at the highest level, or coaching in high school hockey, or whatever it is, all along the spectrum. I think that it's so important, like you said, acknowledging those people and, giving people the benefit of the doubt, and, allowing women to succeed in these positions, because it's been done before, right? Maybe not as much as we want to see, but it's so important to see that, because if you can't see it, you can't be it. And I think just breaking those barriers, like you said, whether it's the small conversation about a hockey game all the way versus like just getting those roles and everything, I think that's absolutely huge. And I just want to say thank you for joining us. And I had a great time speaking to you, and hopefully we can talk more outside of this, but I just want to say I really appreciated all those answers, and I 100% second everything. And it was really great to hear that.
Yeah, awesome. No, appreciate you having me. It's Bemidji was certainly a part of what shaped me and shaped who I am, and gave me the experiences that I have today. So I'm grateful to give back or chat in any way I can. So
yeah, I am so thankful for both of you guys jumping on here. The hockey world is so lucky to have both of you, because this is what we need, people like this, and you guys are both.
And like you.
And like you, exactly.
And we're gonna grow the game. We're gonna grow the game, and it's fun to see the changes too, from when I was a freshman to now.
Yeah.
And I know it's going to keep growing. And so we're lucky to have both of you. So thank you for taking some time today.
Of course.
Thank you. I enjoyed it very much.
Absolutely.